It's not the first time. In 2022,
Honorable Speaker,
Order.
I apologize. I don't want to disrupt the minister. I said South Africans are being punched, not
Oh.
he has been punched.
Thank you for the correction.
thank you for the correction. But the issue is the same. In 2022, we tabled the budget on the 22nd, 23rd of February. Midnight on the 29th of February, Russia attacked Ukraine. We were punched as South Africans. Fuel prices rose. A similar exercise has happened. We tabled the budget on the 25th. And on the 28th, the Americans and Israel attacked Iran. What is going to be required is an informed response, not short-term responses. Reflect on how other countries have responded to this geopolitical situation. We are on track, as a colleague, my comrade Sport says, on our developmental goals. We will be making clear that moving forward, we are going to be focused on the socio-economic rights as enshrined in our Constitution. Growth is a function of investment and other things. But investment operates in an environment which is conducive to investment. This government has done everything to create an environment which is conducive to growth. What is necessary now is us to see that ticking. The budget has been doing that. We have been able also, as everybody has reflected, to get an upgrade, to remove it from grey listing. We're now in an environment which is conducive for investment. On tax side, we've been able to provide tax relief to our citizens. What is hardly mentioned is the impact we've done on tax relief for small and medium enterprise, which is also conducive to growth. In local government, we've presented a number of reforms on local government which are taking place, whether it's in the form of grants, whether it's in the form of trading services in metros. All of those are changes that are taking place, are contained in that budget. The President, in his State of the Nation address, informed this House that he's setting up a committee to deal with the water challenge. And that committee is seized with that task and is meeting even this afternoon at 6 p.m. to deal with the water challenges confronting our economy. As for the social sector, I suspect some of the colleagues who spoke here have not bothered to read either the speech or the budget review. A closer look at the budget review will show that insofar as doctors are concerned, we're making available 26 billion rand over the MTR. It's in the budget. It's in the budget. As for education, we are making more than 20 billion as well to deal with the challenges in education, including early childhood development. We're also providing education with another 9 billion to deal with the challenges of employment in that regard. Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to deal in detail with the illicit economy. I suspect tomorrow is going to be an important subject as well, because one of the honorable members has posed a question on the illicit economy, and we'll discuss that in detail tomorrow. I want to caution, I've been doing this caution around the black economic empowerment. I think I've said in the past, and I must repeat it today, that black economic empowerment is part of the transformation agenda enshrined in our Constitution. what we need to be doing is not an ideological attack on the BEE. It's not helpful. Because what you are going to get, if you are engaged in an ideological attack, you are going to get another ideological response. We accept that there are challenges with the black and economic unintended consequences. Let me move that point. We have said to the colleagues, if you want to raise with us some of those unintended consequences, let's have a discussion, but don't launch an ideological attack on the BEE. And in that regard, we are going to respond. We have achieved what we have achieved today out of a long and bitter journey. What is that bitter journey? 2008, we have the global financial crisis, and all emerging economies recovered in 2010. As South Africa, we never recovered in 2010 precisely because of what is called state capture. It's recorded in books. Arising from that, we had what was called COVID-19. All of those combined, we had to save lives and in the process spend more money. All of that combined has led to an increase in the debt to GDP. We accepted that. But we have moved beyond that today, and we said in 2021, we will reach a peak in 25-26 and begin to decline. We have achieved that target. Together with that target, we've been able to achieve savings out of debt service cost. Out of the amount that is being presented today in the adjustment estimate, 4 billion of that is serving from debt service cost. We want to make these points to say this government quietly and slowly is beginning to transform this economy in the interest not of some anybody else, in the interest of poor South Africans. That's why more than 60% of this budget is focusing on those poor South Africans in their social services. That's what this budget is about. On the infrastructure front, we're also focusing on the social infrastructure. Chief among those is to begin to upgrade our hospitals. We mentioned 3 of them in the budget speech. Those hospitals like George Mukari, which will be upgraded in order to be able to improve the performance of those hospitals. So all in all, Madam Speaker, sithi abo babendlebe mabeve. Abo banendlebe mabeve. Because all of these things are a matter of record. Are a matter of record. Colleagues must spend some time reading what is useful so that we should engage in a more constructive way. Or in a more constructive way, when colleagues read tons and tons of these documents at our table, yeah, in particular the budget speech and the budget review, if you read those documents, we'll be able to engage from an informed basis. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.